Good evening, cycling. Welcome to the stream. Right, that's us set up, ready to go. All the way down the other end of the shed, check that the red lights. I'm good, my man, I'm good. Nice and relaxed, looking forward to a good week ahead. How about yourself? How are you? Oh, and how did your results come out? That's alright, cycling. How did your results come back? Oh, that's good then. That's good news. Ba, 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 ba. Looking forward to taking this out the depot and then along to Paddington and then off out down to Reading. is it any good? I'm not a big fan of wrestling. I don't really watch it, if I'm honest. I bet you were. It was on till like 5 AM, wasn't it? Oh. I don't get why they do it on a Sunday night. Ronda Rousey fight. Did she win or? I'm imagining she did so that it keeps the interest. guess where I've got to go. Set the route. Mr. Blonde, good evening. I see you liked one of my posts on the forum, Mr. Blonde. In relation to the yellow flashing signals. Yeah, I thought it was just me, but when I was doing some homework today for the train driver stuff, I came across that. I was like, why is that not in the game? Especially with, like I said in the post, the Willy Wonka signal. It's a core feature, really, a flashing yellow signal. How are you, Mr. Blonde? Did you have a good weekend? Ah, that sucks. Homework for what, may I ask? Oh, nice. What part of history are you studying at the moment? Oh, nice. Good subjects there. Well, Greek and Roman history. Is it mythology as well, or just history? Yeah, it's an HST. We're just taking it out of old Oak Common at the moment. I am just trying to figure out why we're not getting a yellow signal on the way out. track cycling. Satsuma, welcome to the stream. Thanks for popping by. interesting. Why is that engine unit off? Excellent. Hang off down the other end. That's us ready to depart. Better open the doors, I suppose.
Security personnel tour this station 24 hours a day.
Right, that's us all set up, ready for departure at 5:47. Now this train for 5:47 is fast to Reading. Nice. Now I have set the weather to foggy. It doesn't look very foggy out there to me at the moment. Doopy-doopy-doo. Quiet in the streams this evening. Where is everybody, I wonder? Jesus, what are they using there as a fire suppression system? Do not come back in. Alright. Final checks. Well, we don't need to call Batman, so we don't need the Bat phone. That is actually a mobile phone from back in the day, that, by the looks of it. I think like a 1980s mobile. Welcome, Mr. Slayer. Long time no see. Good weekend? I didn't stream yesterday, and I think the only stream you missed was for Saturday, maybe? Did you hear my good news? Well, I say good news about the change of train job. Oh, right, okay, so I had to take my SJT test last week. which is the stage 1 psycho, doodah, what would you do if this, this and this happened, and so on and so forth. Well anyway, my application for shunter got closed and moved over to trainee depot driver, which is a better paid job, faster access to mainline. So I've just got to do my MMIs and stuff now when they send me the assessment day. One step closer. Cheers, thank you very much. Yes, so the streams have played a part, I think, because I put it in my application. I was a streamer that played this a lot, so I've probably been watched, so hopefully they've not watched when I've accidentally gone for a red. Could be a bit embarrassing. Get to interview. So this stream that you did on day, you went through a red signal at 125 miles an hour. Can you explain why? Yeah, I was too busy talking to Slayer and cycling about the religious state of the world. Not really acceptable, that, as an excuse, to be fair. So, are you on your laptop at the moment, Slayer? We'll have a few minutes. Okay, let me just send you a link quickly. I'll send it in a whisper. Yeah, why do I start to break at 400 yards? Because the game's broken. So yeah, cycling, that was the news that I said about earlier. I thought you were in. I thought I'd said on Saturday that they'd changed it all up. I must have done it in my head. Oh come on, load up website. Gee whiz. Oh, sorry, I'll just paste it in here. While I was doing my homework for my situational awareness, that came up, what I've posted there. Which is interesting. I thought something was wrong from the original train sim days. Well, I've been playing this game for an hour and all I've done is take the train out of the depot. So we're on our way to Reading. Doopy-doopy-doo. Still no sign of that fog that I set. And we're off and running on the main line. Let's go. Got a chance to have a look at that link slayer. Yeah, so if you load up that link that I've posted in chat, so you know every time I complain when I get switched over from the fast to the slow or the slow to the fast, and I don't know when the change is going to happen. I am supposed to be notified in the way of signals. It even has a little diagram in it to help explain what should happen. Well, the game's broken without it, in my opinion. I don't know if it's me, but it just gives me the double yellow and there's no warning of a speed alert. I just get a double yellow and then we're swapping over. It's like, what the hell? Oh, going past Slayer's house. Everybody wait to Slayer. Running a lot smoother at the moment, or is it just me? Yeah, well apparently it's one of the people that replies to it says it's broken on the PC version as well, but it's supposed to do it and they can't be, from what I gather, bothered to look into it. I'm sorry, if you can't be bothered to look into it, it's a major flaw in the signalling system. And to be fair, that's probably why a lot of people get stuck at reds. You know, when you just get those random reds. Stake. It's because you've arrived somewhere too quick. And the game's not anticipating you coming on that route or something. Or that quickly. Is it me or is this game running a lot smoother today? I'm sure my eyes are deceiving me. Yeah, but Slayer, it's a fatal flaw of the game. They've got to fix it on Xbox because it's the only version we've got at the moment. Yeah, I don't disagree with you, but the content they create is actually quite good. So they can take my money for this all the time, to be fair. I'm not going to stop. Just wish they'd fix the stuff that is broke in it. I can try. Is that any better? Okie dokie. Yeah, I just want to see that flashing yellow signal giving me a warning that I'm going to be moved across. That's all I'm asking for. 'Cause at least then I know I've got to slow down. I don't just go blitzing across at 75 when I've realised 200 yards before I'm turning, type thing. Well, that's giving me an alert that I'm swinging across in a minute, but I'm not. Weird AWS. That's what VSync will do for you, Slayer. Have you tried it on an external hard disk yet? Thank you for that contribution, Cycling. You'll gain a fair few, Slayer, from putting it on an external. If your budget can buy one, it's worth doing. They need to on the Xbox One X as well, to be fair. Game engine just needs optimising on Xbox as a whole, I think. See, I want to know why there are yellow signals on that right-hand track at the minute. On the slow down. There's no trains on the slow down at the minute. So I don't even know why they're at. They should all be green, these signals. Yeah, me too. The 800 and the 387 as the first add-on would be really cool. Just to differentiate us from the PC slightly. Give us something a little bit different. See, the problem is though that the 387 can't come down this far. It can only go up to Hayes and Harlington. They need to update the whole route and electrify the whole route to Reading. So as you can see, this bit doesn't have the electricity pylons and cables. got the signal gantry there, hanging wires off of it, as it has here, but that's been put in preparation for it. Yeah, you'd only be able to go as far as Hayes and Harlington, I think. Might be able to go to Maidenhead. I'm not sure. No, I'm coming. But yeah, I get what you mean. They need to do something to freshen this up before August. Even if they release a scenario pack or something. Or just introduce the proper timetable that we have on the PC version with those little shuttle services. Something I can hop on for half an hour and do a passenger service, hop off again. Don't want to have to get on a class 166 and do an hour's worth. But why is there yellow signals there? This signalman's on. I swear he's smoking something. It would be easy, but they got. I'm guessing it'd take time to put the pylons in. Yeah, they do need to add a little bit more shunting on the freight side of things, like getting your train ready. That'd be pretty cool. Starting to see some of the fog. Hello, Mr. 166. Nice cycling. I've got to buy a PC if I get this train driving job and learn the route that way. That's a good price for a high-end gamer one, 1,500 quid. If you want to be playing train sim on it cycling, you want to go for Intel and Nvidia. You want to try and stay away from AMD. Just so you know. Right, now this signal should be a double yellow flashing. Now that should be a double yellow flashing signal. Right, Smithy. This should be a single yellow flashing. Because look, I'm being switched across here. You see what I mean, guys? Look, I'm 77 mile an hour and I'm switching tracks because I didn't know it was coming up. Yeah, that would be a disaster. People would have died. And Smithy would have been collecting body parts. Well, I should have been being warned of that 4 signals ago. Same again here. That should have been a double yellow flashing. Oh no, double yellow was standing, so I thought I was switching another track there. Yeah, but my defence is the signal's not giving me the information. To be fair, that's not really my fault, is it? That I'm crossing over at 70. I haven't been informed by the signalman that he's moving me across. He just decided in all his wisdom he was going to give me one signal's notice that something was happening, and I'm expected to know. Early. Whoops. Right, we'll leave that train there. Let the AI take over. Find a 166 take up to London. Oh, shall I go and get our favourite train? Should have enough time to get over there. Not the service I do every time, but it's the one with the stops and starts and waiting at signals and swerving around, because you still haven't sent me the service numbers for those services you said were good fun. I did hear a rumour on the grapevine that they are going to be introducing random train faults properly to this when multiplayer comes along. That one of your people in multiplayer will be the rescue diesel. Okay, I'll have a look at that one. 2R07. Still, I can't do it right now. Oh, excuse me. God, blimey. Bloody long time to get to Ealing Broadway. Right, I think we're ready to rock and roll on this service. Du, 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 du. That's pretty cool. Need more services like that. Need more running around end-to-end stuff in freight though. Up at Acton Yard, like building the modal train or something. Where the scenario is two short freight trains have come in and you've got to make them one big one. Miss all of that stuff from the old Train Sim 1 days. Oh, blimey, it's raining a bit outside. Jeepers. Nothing Slayer at the moment. The community guy that I used to speak to has vanished off the face of the earth. The new one doesn't return my emails. Matt Pedalston, bless him, tried to answer some of my queries but keeps telling me to talk to the publishing team and they don't come back to me, so it makes getting you guys information as to what's going on very, very difficult. I'm pretty sure we are due a patch in the next couple of days though. The stuff that they were working on outside of the VSync issues. I say couple of days, maybe a week or two, but again I don't have any solid information. But there was a patch already in the works before that urgent one, which is why it was a full client release. The full client release was to immediately fix the problems, that's why it was a 5 gig or 6 gig download. Don't quote me on that though. Just going by what has been said before. No, I genuinely applied to be the third-party content project coordinator or something like that. I can't remember the exact job title. That would look after third-party content for Train Sim. I got rejected as not having enough experience, even though I have 4 years of operations management, 2 years of retail shop management, which is handling releases every week on multiple platforms and stuff like that. So for them it wasn't enough, so God knows what they were looking for, if I'm honest. A lot of these companies that are still asking for degrees and stuff like that for people that are applying need to wake up. Some of the best people I know in business have no degree. Have never been to university and stuff. And get held back because they don't have a degree. Just because I don't have a couple of letters after my name, or a bit of paper that says I've got a diploma in, or a degree. All of my experience is life experience in the real world. I'll outperform a university graduate any day of the week. See, now that's the thing, a lot of the ideas that we've come up on this stream will probably appear in this game at some point. And we'll be sitting here in a year's time going, do you remember when we spoke about that when the game first came out? A month ago today? Been out a month, that's all. Some of the ideas we've come up for have been phenomenal. Right, here we go on our favourite service in the game. Just imagine if I get the train job when I do an IRL stream, it won't be this view you're seeing on a computer screen, it'll actually be a real one. I'm actually doing the job I'm applying for here. As a trainee depot driver, this is what I'll have to do. To be fair, it's not just been me that's come up with the ideas though, Slayer. You've come up with a few good ones yourself. Cycling, Dyer, Mr. Blonde. Everybody's had their fair share of good ideas. Right guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the train ready for leaving as we have a few minutes. Yeah, I want to write one, but I'm not sure. The thing is, a lot of the criticism's coming from people that played it on PC, or play it on PC, and were hoping for a like-for-like port by the looks of it, forgetting that there are limitations to what the base Xbox One can do. Now that it's released though, and I hate to say it, if they want to, they can scrap it being on the Xbox One base version. They can make it an Xbox One S and an Xbox X game. They just have to release it as an Xbox One title, and then they can remove support for certain consoles later down the line, or dumb it down considerably, which is what PUBG does. Right. Back in a second, guys. Right, I'm back. I'm back. Right, okay, so where were we? Yeah, so if they want to, they can dumb down it on Xbox One base version now and just leave it as is, because the Xbox can scale. Depending on what model it is, you can write it into the code from what I understand. So when Dovetail come out and say they can't do specific things for specific consoles, that's a load of hogwash. If PUBG are allowed to do it with their game, then other developers can do it. They've just got to be brave enough to do it. And the other thing you got to look at is how many people actually will be on base Xbox One when this game is released properly. There won't be many left working, I believe, in my mind, because it'll be coming up to 6 years old. And the electronics aren't designed to last that long. You're supposed to get 3-4 years out of them, and the components are supposed to start to go. So you can't buy a base Xbox One anymore unless you buy it second hand. Excuse me. And the ones that I used to see at my shop when I used to do that sort of stuff were in appalling condition, full of dust and all sorts. So yeah.
Ticket checks are in operation at this station. Please have your tickets ready for inspection.
Oops, a daisy. Oh, jammy dodgers. Now, normally isn't there a load of trains in the station when we leave? There ain't today. Got one coming out the depot. See, that train's well late out of the depot. This could be interesting, because I think the game's gone a bit squiffy. I'm eating biscuits at the minute, so the face cam's off. Don't want you to see me stuffing my face. G-Man, thank you for the follow. Welcome Gameborg to the channel. So what should I technically have next, Slayer? What should this signal go to in theory? From red, what should it go to? Going on that post I made earlier. The game does have some issues on the base Xbox One and the Xbox One S, but they have ironed that out quite considerably. I'm playing on Xbox One X, and I have no problems at all. Oh, excuse me. Come on, yellow signal. Have you read some reviews in the store then, G-Man, and thought you'd come and ask? So what has got you umming and ahhing, G-Man? Pop your questions in and I'll answer them and give you an honest. You're correct, cycling. Should have been a double yellow. However, because we're going to the left, it should be a single yellow with the thing all the way across, which it did. However, if we'd have been moving at speed, it should have been a double yellow beforehand that was flashing. Yeah, G-Man, if you pop your questions in, I'll answer them. I've been streaming this game since it came out. I am a font of knowledge. Yeah, that's due to the Unreal 4 engine, G-Man. The Unreal 4 engine for this type of game hasn't been used before, so Dovetail is still learning the ropes, as it were, with it. The lighting's no better on the Xbox. In fact, it's probably worse. But the game is the thing with Dovetail is they've released it as a full product. You were kind of right, cycling. They've released it as a full product, but it's technically early access still. Because Train Sim World is the base game, and then the DLCs are like the content for it. So even though they've released Rapid or Heavy Haul, Great Western, Rapid Transit and New York to New Haven, I think New York to New Haven, that DLC is probably the best content pack they've done. Looking at it, it looks very, very good. I think they've fixed a lot of the graphics on that. A lot of the lighting has been fixed. But yeah, we're still waiting for our first real bug fix patch on the Xbox. It's a very, very good simulation for a console, but it's nowhere near the PC version as it stands at the moment. Because the difference in hardware from the Xbox One to the Xbox One X in the family is so great that it warps it a little bit. If that makes sense and wasn't too long-winded. Yeah, G-Man, you'll have no problems running it on the X. It runs lovely. It does need its Xbox One X enhanced updates to make use of the extra power, because at the moment it just runs on as if it was an Xbox One S. Doesn't make use of the full 4K and stuff. There's no 4K texturing or anything at the moment. That's coming, but Right, that's the correct signal aspect. The next signal will be a single yellow that I can see off in the distance. And then the next one after that will probably be a red, as we are approaching Twyford and there is all that movement going on. I only preempt it, G-Man, because I've got it myself and I'm waiting patiently for the Xbox One X enhancements before I start to say, look, you need to get your game together. It will be, yeah. Yeah, it will be. It's when they actually do release it though, that's the question. It could be August, it could be halfway through the year in the development cycle for this. But you've got to buy it as an early access game in your mind on the Xbox. That is what it is. Founders Edition equals early access. Yeah, Train Sim J is a worker for Dovetail, yeah. Works in their marketing team. This is just the Great Western Express, so London Paddington to Reading is a 6 gig download. Yeah, exactly, G-Man. Looking forward to them doing it to this, to be fair. Where's our little train? Here he is.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Stop like a pro. Yep, that'd be cool. Must admit, I do like it in the fog. It's that murkiness. Steam looks good in this fog as well. Oldie London. Jack the Ripper, Sherlock Holmes, all that caper. See, now they could add that in. That'd be pucker, wouldn't it? Twyford out to Henley-on-Thames. Wow, did the chat just take a dump and just do some crazy stuff? Yeah, because you could do Henley-on-Thames. You could do a through train there. Henley-on-Thames to London Paddington. Class 166 with 6 carriages. Couple them together. Or even for the multiplayer, you could... Yeah, could you imagine that you're 6 cars from Paddington, a 6-car service that then splits at Twyford. The rear 3 coaches go on to Reading, and then the 3 front coaches go to Henley. As a multiplayer aspect. How good would that be? See, that's the thing with those branch lines, is you could do that. That'd be really, really good. And if you didn't have somebody there to do it, the AI would just drive it off up the branch. Yeah. And then on the way back you have to wait at Reading, or wait at Twyford for the rear 3 coaches to come back from Reading. And then you couple it up again and away you go. Got another seat there for a reason. Yeah, Greenford branch needs to be put in because they got rid of all the trains out of the timetable from that on the Xbox, which cut out quite a lot of good stuff. and it makes Hamwell pointless. Yeah, I really like that idea down to Henley-on-Thames. Could do the same with the Heathrow Connect services, or the Heathrow Express, whichever one it is that the GWR have taken over the running of now. I think it's the Express. Because Airport Junction's on here, just outside of Slough. I'm pretty sure it is on the map when we... Yeah, there's definitely something that they refer to as Airport Junction. It's quite a big one. Yeah, you could do the branch line down to there. Got the branch line there. I'm not sure where that goes to, but at Maidenhead. Yes, they are. They already have. Yes, it is, Mr. Blonde. Should be serviced by 387s as well. Because the old rolling stock needs to be replaced. I can't remember what class it is, 300 and something. Saves it from going bankrupt. Well, it's gone bankrupt. The private company that ran it went bankrupt, so GWR stepped in. Unfortunately, they haven't ordered enough 800s to do the Heathrow Connect service. Or the Express. Sorry. There is talk of them leasing a couple of Javelins, maybe, though. But yeah, they could like here, I'm not sure what branch line that is. I think that's the one that goes off to Basing. No, that doesn't go off to Basingstoke. I'm not sure where that one goes to, but again, that's a single track, I think. Yeah, that's a single track branch. Again, add that one in. Right, so if that's to Marlow, you you've got a through route already built in there from Paddington. Yeah, so you add that in. That wouldn't take long to do, if I'm honest. And if you look at the thing there, you can do through trains to Paddington. You add a whole new dimension into that. That adds a whole new dimension to the game. You build that branch line. It's logic, isn't it? You open up that branch line and you build that in the game. You're then expanding the whole aspect to the game, aren't you? It's alright, mate. I know what you mean. You don't have to correct yourself. Just put FML. I know what you meant. Don't need to keep correcting yourself, my man. I think we know each other well enough to know what we're talking about. Again, I'd pay money for those branch line extensions. You could do that as a DLC for this, for the Xbox. Adding in those branch lines. GWR branch line expansion. Charge me 15 quid for it. It's not going to be hard to get footage of those branch lines from the cab. Or you just have to follow Google Maps to map it properly. Oh, there's electrification here, look. Just not finished. So I think that could be Airport Junction there. At Slough. Or is that the one that goes down to Basingstoke? Yeah, I think that's Airport Junction there because it's a dual track. You notice what the bot did when you typed DLC then, Slayer? You did tell me to program it to do it. think that's the thing that they need to look at for this, is building the network around the main line. Immersing immersing the player. Do you imagine doing all those branch line runs straight through to Paddington? Awesome fun. Well, I know when we get to it, 'cause there's a blue building on the left hand side as we come up. Yeah, quite a lot of people are with you on that one, Blonde. Even the Americans are saying that they want that I see. Ah, that's Junction, is it? Ah, cool. What's the branch line that's from here then? What's this one, I wonder? I think that could be the Hayes and Harlington one. Or it's a junction at Slough. Got a platform on its own, so that must be Slough. Interesting to know what that branch is. Yeah, so it's a junction at Slough, branch at Slough. Well, this has had the pylons laid for electricity, but there is no cables. Has chat died? Can't see anybody talking. Are you guys still there? Oh. I think that chat has died. Oh. Whoops. Never mind. Well, we are not going to be able to proceed now that we've overshot. So I'm going to call that it, guys. Got a big day tomorrow. Need to go and get my beauty sleep. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you.